Hey, it's Peter with the band Time Warp, and we're back again with another incredible product from Shehds. So you all know that we love all of their products, and we've had them throughout our stages that we do. And a lot of the lights that we've had have been moving lights, but we've also incorporated a number of par lights. So Shehds was nice enough to work with us and partner with us on something new, which is their waterproof lights. These are the CoralPar. They're waterproof, they're aluminum alloy, they're LED lights, they're 18 by 12 watt. RGBW UV, I mean everything. So I want to open these up and show you the difference between, to start with, what our regular par lights are and what they've done to make them waterproof. So let's get rocking and open them up. So these are the lights I'm talking about. These are incredible. These, like I said, are 18 by 12 watt par lights. They are waterproof. So what comes in the package when you get these from Shehds? Obviously the beautiful light. You're going to get DMX cord, and not just any DMX cord, but obviously these have the seals that are on them. Don't know if you can hopefully see that, but there's a seal on each side of these because of the waterproof part. You're going to get a power cord, which is the way we love them, which is PowerCon power cords. Again, big key is all of these are sealed. So if it's going to be waterproof, got to make sure that water doesn't get in there so it doesn't ruin the light, and more importantly, doesn't electrocute Peter. It's a great thought. And then, of course, one thing I always joke about, they give you the manual that nobody reads, but we're going to read it today. We're going to tell you what this light's about. So I want to kind of give you an idea of what the difference is between these 18 by 12, which are the waterproof lights, and our original 18 by 18s, which are these. To start with, these things weigh a lot more, almost double. So again, a lot more to them in terms of making sure that they're waterproof, but definitely a big difference in weight. They have a lot of the same kind of features in terms of, you'll see with the look that the original pars have. All of them have DMX in and out, PowerCon in and out. We love that. But you know, one big key difference is if you look at the back of our regular par lights, all of these are buttons that you can push in and out. Got a fan on the back. Obviously with the waterproof light, you're not going to be able to get that same concept. So everything, as you see, is now more of a sealed area. Even these have the caps on them, so you have to take those off to be able to plug them in. So incredible lights. Again, it's got the same build quality, aluminum. Other big key is this has the glass front. I don't know if you can kind of see it. That's on it. So again, these things are heavy duty, and these are the 18 by 12 watt. So let's go over some of the details of what this light has in it. All right, so let's find out what's in this beautiful, incredible light over here. So let's give you some of the specs and stuff like that. So as I mentioned, it's an 18 by 12 watt RGBWA UV 6-in-1 mixing light, which is incredible. Beam angle is 45 degrees, which I think that's the same on our other par that we had. Does have a linear dimmer that is from 0 to 100%. Does have a strobe, which is from 0 to 25 hertz, and we'll kind of go over some of those features here pretty quick. Again, let's see, operating temperature minus 20 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. DMX in and out, it's either a 10 or a 6-channel DMX. And again, we talked about Nutric PowerCons. It has a passive heat dissipation, and you know, part of that is obviously you can't have a fan if it's going to be waterproof. See what else? Power consumption 200 watts, die-cast aluminum casing, and at the end we'll talk about, you know, product weight and size and all that kind of stuff for you. So let's kind of go through you know, what's on the back of it and how you control it, and then we'll also throw it into a mode to where we can have it do a number of different things. So as we mentioned, of course, with this being waterproof, it's got to be able to be sealed everywhere. So that's why you've got caps for all of your DMX in and out, your PowerCon in and out. And of course, your console or your display is sealed. It's not the regular push button that you would see on the back of our other par lights. And so it's got a really cool display. This is an auto locking display. So if you go up and down, then it unlocks it. And so what you've got is, like within the first part of the menu, you've got a system setup that you can do. So if you go into that, then you've got DMX mode and channel. You've got how many, whether you're doing the 10 or the 6-channel DMX mode. You've got the dimming piece of it, and the host signs and information like that. Then as you go back to, and this is where sometimes I get a little funny because I don't use a lot of menus on the back as much, then you can go into the manual color settings to where, as you can see, you can go between the different you know, colors and things like that. And then if we go back again, whoops. If we go back, then we can get into, you know, the audio effects that it has, whether it's color, you've got breath, you've got jump, fading, pulse, speed, and we'll show you these once we hook it all up. It's just easier to go that route. Sound in terms of the what it's got to listen for, sound sensitivity, shall we say. And then if we get back to our main piece, those are really the main, you know, 3 pieces that are a part of the menu. So let's put it in DMX mode and kind of show you what it will do in DMX mode. So wanted to show you what really cool features the Shehds, the CoralPar 18A, which is our 18x12 waterproof light. And the big key with these obviously is if you're doing some outdoor settings, or like especially if you happen to be a club that wants to put some lights that are outdoor and you know want to be protected, that's the key with these, is you will be protected. So just to quickly give you an idea how bright these things are, so obviously we'll turn it off. That's at 25%. Here's at 50%, 75, and then 100. And so, you know, again, these things are bright. I will tell you, not a problem with lighting stuff up. I mean, this is a single one doing a pretty good job of lighting this up right now, and that's at a really dark color of blue. The minute I bring it into a red, you can start really seeing how much more, you know, in terms of the brightness and everything. So going into, you know, reds, you've got amber. And the colors, again, on these things, we have, as I mentioned in the video, you know, we have their 18x18s, and then we also have a pair of these. And color-wise, these things are spot on. I mean, you can literally just start going around a circle going, okay, what color do I want? Take, for instance, so I'm just going to hit on a few. So, you know, here's going to yellow. Hopefully it's getting kind of represented there. Move on to green, and again, hoping it's showing. It is a true, you know, really a pretty green. You've got cyan, back to the dark blue, and then if you wanted kind of a purple. And maybe this is more, this is probably more of a purple. The first one was more of a pink. Sorry about that. And then of course, you know, full white. So, you know, again, colors are unlimited because I can sit here and you know, go through, you know, moving between, you know, what was pink and just sit there and slide between getting into a full red, moving all the way over to where I'm going into the amber or the orange, moving all the way over to the yellow. I mean, colors are very precise on this thing, and like I say, really cool. The build quality, as I mentioned before, is awesome on this thing. It's definitely built like a tank. And so, you know, again, when you've got par lights, there's only so much you can kind of do with them, because the concept behind them is, you know, they don't do a movement or things like that. They're meant to wash a stage and or you know, wash an area if you're a DJ, stuff like that. It does have a cool strobe, and so I'll give you an idea of, you know, what it'll actually do. Well, I was trying to get my, there it is, trying to get my strobe to start, you know, going faster and stuff like that. But you can get an idea of being able to bring it down and making it a really slow, you know, kind of a strobe, if you will. So the other thing we're gonna have some fun with here in a minute is just showing you what it does when this thing gets hit by water. And like I say, it is sealed like a champ. What's cool is the, obviously I showed you how the ports themselves, whether it's DMX or PowerCon, are sealed. But then the other cool thing is your, you know, PowerCon connector and your DMX connector also have an O-ring and all that to where they're sealed. So we'll kind of show you what this thing does getting wet, and then show you some stuff of how, you know, some of these par lights have done a great job on the stage. So this is the coolest feature about the Shehds 18x12 CoralPar, which is the waterproof. Like I say, you can see this thing's bright. Obviously that's not a problem. I just have going on a regular mode, but the biggest key to it is obviously, as you can see, you can get rained on and not a problem. So I will tell you, these things are incredible, and they're again, incredibly solid the way they're built. You can kind of see, but just being able to have them out, and get hit by the rain and stuff like that, not a problem. These things will keep rocking and rolling. So incredible product. Definitely would recommend these products. Shehds has some incredible products, and this is definitely just another one of their great products.